All right. Hello. In this tutorial, we're going to start to work on the look and feel of this website. And but before I get going on that, on my last video, I realized that I hadn't saved this yet. So first thing I'm going to do is actually save the file. And to do that, just save site. And I want to give it a name. This is going to, it's going to be Spaz Tech. Oh. And it's going to go in that folder right there. That's all there is to it. Now, if we were to preview this site, you go to the home page. Just double clicking on it from that view puts us in design phase. So we went from plan to design. There's a home, and you see it's a pretty plain looking document at this point. Move some windows around so you can see it. But that's all it is, and if we preview it, that's all we get is a plain white with a gray fill. Let's try to improve that a little bit. But rather than editing the page itself, what we're going to do is start by editing the master. You see down here, we have a master called a master. And if you look at all these pages up there in the brackets, they'll have a master. Everywhere where you see this a master in the brackets, it means it's going to take on all of the properties of a master down here. So whatever we edit down on this master will show up everywhere where it's applied throughout the site. So we'll start by double clicking on that. And let me move some of this around so it's a little easier to work with. Move that over there. Okay, so right now what we have is this is in this white box is where all of the content's going to go. And if you see on a lot of sites, they'll have kind of an area around the content that's just kind of a background, and that's because different browsers or different screens might have different settings, and this acts kind of as a buffer between the content and the window that it's viewed in. So the first, that gray is kind of boring, so to change that, we go up here where you have browser fill, and we can click any color we want, and it previews it automatically. We can either just play around with that, kind of a blue-gray there, or if you know the hexadecimal of the color. And if you look in a lot of graphics editing tools, you might have a color that has a number associated with it, a hexadecimal number, and you could just enter that in here if you know what it is. Or we can, if we have, say, a picture on here and we want to match the color, we can click on this little eyedropper and just select, what color we want. A good thing to do if you're going to select this as a color, and I kind of like this blue slate blue color, you click on this little thing here, and it'll create a swatch. Right here, you can see it showed up right there. So now if I want to apply that color anywhere else on the site, it will it'll allow me to apply that there. So save that for next time. Next, I'm going to work on this area here where our content's going to be, and we can tell you one thing we'll do here. This little thing with a slash through it, that's transparent. So now we can see through that box to our background, but I don't want it to be completely transparent. So I clicked on the fill itself, and it allows me to apply opacity. by playing with that, I can start to, oh wait, that's not working for me. That's because I need to apply a color. There you go. Apply a color, so I'm applying the color white, and I can choose the opacity of that color here, and it just gives it a little bit of, you can see through it a little bit to see the background. Okay, I'm going to leave that as is for right now, and right next to fill we have stroke. You can see there's an outline to the main viewing window, and if you want to, we can change that. Let's go more to a dark blue here, and darker. Yeah, let's try that. We'll hit the swatch button, create that swatch, and that should be applied. Yep, that's applied. And we can increase how thick it is by just toggling here. So there you go. Still kind of plain. We might spruce it up a little bit later. Oh, I gotta use my scroll wheel there. Okay. So I have a little bit of color there, but let's add the first component. We'll work on better colors or background here in the future. Over here you have your widgets library, and your widgets are just a bunch of things that come with Muse or you can import into Muse that allow to speed up the process of making the website. And they're components that are drag and drop into the web page or the website. So the first thing I want to do here is I want to put a menu in here, and I think I'm going to have a lot of categories. It might be too much to go across the top, so I'm going to make a vertical menu, and it'll show a little preview of it over here. Just drag it over to the page, and in doing that, it creates my menu over there. And you can see these are already starting to show up. All of those. If I go back to my planning mode, you can see all the ones across the top are showing up in my menu. And you click this little play button, and you have some options to choose from. Menu type, top level pages, or you can restrict it to just top level pages, but in my case I want to include all pages. And it's going to do that. And direction is vertical, edit together. By checking this, if we edit one of these buttons, it'll change all of them to match, and that's what we want to have, and we want to keep it all looking nice and neat, so we choose uniform size. Usually left icon doesn't, we don't want that, but shows the label. Let's try this. What this does, if I come off of it, is it once we're done, it'll show a little arrow here. We can turn that off or on. Okay, that's good for now. So now we have a menu. You can see all of the pages that we created in our planning mode are showing up here, and we could, if we go to preview, we can navigate these. Let's do this one. This one has more. There we go. Navigate just like that. And this video is getting to be a little bit long. In the next one, I'll go over just a little bit more editing this menu, customizing it to get the right look and feel that you're looking for. Actually, before I go do that, let's go back. I want to show you one more thing. Go back to plan mode, and you notice that by working in this master, all of these pages now all look the same. Anything we change in this master will apply to every page that has the A master applied to it. And so what that does for us is that all of these elements that go into making this template or this theme for the site, that gets loaded once when your web page comes up, and then as you go from page to page, it doesn't have to load that content again, and it speeds up the site. So anything that you have on your site that's going to be common across all pages of the site, make a master for it and edit it there. And that's about it for this one. We'll work on that menu a little bit more on the next video. Thanks. Bye.